come to a nice, comfortable seat. You can kind of scoot forward in your chair a little bit here. Excuse me. Just peek down, make sure that your knees are landing over your ankles. As always, if you wanted to take a block between your thighs or your feet, if that just helps to give you a little bit of feedback, you're welcome to do that. Strap around the thighs can sometimes feel really nice. Before we sit quietly here for a few moments, just give the shoulders a little roll out. And then you can roll them forward. Let's roll them back again. And then allow them to roll back so you feel that cobra pose feeling in your upper body, that openness across your heart and chest. Little gentle lift of the sternum up towards the ceiling. Gaze soft and gentle in front of you, and then allow your eyes to close. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. Again, smooth, full, deep inhale. Pause at the top. Maybe sip in a little more air. Sigh the breath out, ha. One more time, smooth, deep, full inhale. Just notice that expansion of your rib cage here. Little pause at the top, maybe sip in a little more air. Sigh the breath out, ha. And then start to find that inhale through your nose. And then also that exhale through your nose. And you can keep this really light and easy today. If you do practice Ujjayi breath, so kind of constricting the sides of your throat a little bit. So when you're inhaling and exhaling through your nose, you're getting a little bit of a sound. It's that feeling you get when you're fogging a mirror with your breath. So you don't have to overdo it, but it is audible. It does feel a little different than just inhaling and exhaling. The sound is nice. It gives us something to focus our attention on. But this breath also does help to create a little heat inside the body, which can be nice, especially this chillier time of year. So just sitting here quietly for a couple of moments. It might take a little bit of time for you to settle, sort of land. That's okay. And do you try to let all of the background noise just, be exactly that, background noise. It's almost as though you're not even aware that it's there. Bringing your attention, your focus to that sound of your breath. Good. Go ahead and gently blink your eyes open. Release your arms by your sides. Good. You feel a little external rotation at that shoulder socket. Then we're going to inhale, take the arms up and overhead. And then we're going to find internal rotation. So it's going to be like you're pressing the air down as you exhale. And let's just do that a couple times. So external rotation at the shoulder. Inhale, reach up and up. And then find that internal rotation. And then move nice and slow. Kind of just creating resistance with your own muscles. Couple more times like that. Inhaling, reaching up. Maybe you're starting to bring your gaze up here. Exhale. Good. Inhaling. Maybe gaze up, press palms. Exhale. All right, so just kind of nice and neutral with the shoulders this time. So your palms are facing in towards your hips. We're gonna reach forward. So as you inhale, come on up and then take your arms a little bit wider. Spin your palms to face forward. Spread your fingers. Good, and then you could just kind of imagine that there's a wall in front of you and you're firming your hands, your knuckles into that wall. So these are our downward facing dog arms here. You're feeling your inner arm wrapped towards your outer arm. You're widening across the backs of those shoulders. Spin the palms to face forward again. As you exhale, just release down. Inhaling. Arms come a little wider, and then again, finding that internal rotation, muscle firming to bone here, so arms really, really active, even though we don't have that counterbalance of pressing into a chair here yet. All right, and then bring palms to spin to face each other. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up towards the ceiling. Can you find a little bit of that downward dog feeling, especially in the upper arm here? So your inner arm wraps towards your outer arm. That might help you to widen across the backs of your shoulders a little more. And this just might feel really intense. Good. So go ahead and exhale, release. Again, just nice and slow. Coming on down. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands to our thighs. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. And it doesn't have to be, a big movement, especially starting out. This is always like very surprising how tight the back of the neck can be. Because of that, the shoulders do like to help out here. They like to creep up around the ears. So see if you can keep them releasing down. That might mean that you need to lift your chin a little bit to accomplish that. That's absolutely fine. And then check in with your breath again. All right, so let's just keep our chin tucked. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, do that little quarter turn to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, little quarter turn to the left. Inhale, center. I'm just going to continue like that several rounds here. So inhaling off to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left. Good, exhale, center. So I want you to do 3 more complete cycles like that, just moving with your breath. Slow it down if you would like to. When you've completed that 3rd round, just come back to center so your chin is still tucked. And maybe the back of the neck is starting to release a little more. And then let's inhale. Bring that right ear towards your right shoulder again, but we're going to stay here and breathe. Check in with the shoulders. And you should be getting a fairly intense stretch on the left side of the neck, top of the shoulder. If you'd like to release your left fingers towards the floor, it's almost like that arm becomes a little bit of a weight. It might just change where you're feeling sensation. It might intensify things. And then if you'd like to lift that arm up any amount, I always find this one to be pretty intense. As you know, you can always like try a variation out and be like, this just isn't working for me today. And then just come back to where you were before. You can always skip things. So we're always making little modifications. Good. Let's release. Left arm down. Bring that hand back to your thigh. As you exhale, chin drops to center. And inhale. Left ear towards the left shoulder, gentle tuck of the chin towards your chest. How does this side feel different in your body? Are the shoulders trying to get involved here? Just tell them they're not invited to this party. Maybe you release your right fingertips down. If it feels too intense, you skip it. Keep that breath moving. You might even visualize that exhale just going to those places where you're feeling a lot of intensity, a lot of sensation. So visualize the breath creating a little space. And then if you wanted to, extend that right arm out and up any amount. I think this is about the closest you can get. It feels like I'm stretching my armpit here. I don't know if y'all are feeling that, but apparently you can stretch an armpit. Good. Go ahead and exhale, release. Right hand comes back to your thigh. And then as you exhale, release back to center. Inhale, chin lifts. And then exhale, no tuck this time. Right ear drops towards right shoulder. And let's just hold here again. And it might be subtle. You might be feeling the stretch in some new places now. Feeling those shoulder blades release down towards your sit bones. Your sit bones are rooting into your chair. If you'd like to release your fingertips down again, you're welcome to do so. And then maybe lift that arm any amount. Maybe it comes a little higher this time, maybe not. Maybe the first time was so unpleasant that you're like, yeah, no. All right, release. Good. As you inhale, lift your head. And then exhale, left ear towards left shoulder. Feeling that sensation in the right side of the neck. Maybe release your right fingertips down. Maybe lift that arm up any amount. Oh. Good, one more deep inhale. Exhale, you can release, right hand. Inhale, head comes back to center. Let's give those shoulders one more wiggle out here. And then you can return your hands to your thighs and let's just start to rock around in that pelvic girdle, just making some little circles here. Kind of noticing how those hips are feeling, the lower back area. Nice. Let's start to switch directions. Hello, Amy, welcome. We're just doing some circles here. We'll do another round so you can get involved. So let's all switch directions again. A double dose today, a double dose of the Sufi rolls, not to be confused with a double dose of the sushi rolls. Both things are yummy in different ways. Now we all just got hungry. All right, switch directions again. We all know that 2 sushi rolls are never enough. All right, so let's start to come back to center. So finding your mountain pose and just reset your posture here. So again, peek down at your feet. Just make sure your knees are landing over your ankles. You can be scooting forward in your chair a little bit so you can really press into those sit bones. As you root down there, you're finding that length through the sides of your waist. Good, and let's move into some of our half sun salutes. Blocks are really great here if you have them. Not necessary if you don't, but you can just set them up by the outer edges of your feet. All right, so again, let's just release the arms by the side. So there's that gentle external rotation. As you inhale, reach out and up, maybe gaze up, press palms. And then as you exhale, you can swan dive in. That requires a little core. You could also use your hands to help you roll on down. Let that chin release towards your chest, so lengthening the back of the neck. On your inhale, this is where you might press your hands into blocks. They could also come to your shins or your thighs, wherever you're at. Think elbow squeezing in a little bit. So this is like our cobra pose. You're gazing forward. Yeah. As you exhale, you roll back in to your Uttanasana, deep forward fold. And then as you inhale, again, you can use your hands to help press up, or maybe you do a reverse swan dive, out and up. Good. Maybe you gaze up as your palms press. And then as you exhale, you can bring hands down the center. You can take them out wide. Kind of, they both feel different. They both feel good. So you can play around and mix and match. Inhale, reaching up, Utthita Hastasana into Dasana. Exhale, you fold into your Uttanasana. I'm just flowing with the breath here. Inhale, find that extension through the sides of your waist, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale back into Uttanasana. And then rooting down, stretching the arms out and up. Gaze up. And then exhale, releasing hands down. Really lovely. So we have 3 more of these. I'm not going to cue you through them. You can follow along with me, or you just move at your own pace. If you're not feeling these sun salutes today, you could always just come into just classic, simple cat-cow. Always just sit quietly. So these sun salutes are nice. They help to build a little heat. They feel sort of sunny, which is really good this time of year when things are kind of so chilly and icy and maybe not so sunny. Really beautiful. You are soaking up the sound of your breath here. It is your soundtrack. So the breath is perhaps arguably the most important part of our yoga practice. It's definitely that piece that threads everything together. Good. When you're done with your 3rd round, and there's absolutely no rush to get there, you're just pausing. Palms together at your heart. You can close your eyes. Taking stock of how you're feeling, both physically and mentally, emotionally. Hopefully there's a little more space in all of those places. All right, so from here, let's blink our eyes open. We're going to come into a crescent pose and then do a little twist. So you might keep your legs exactly as they are. So just keeping it classic in your Tadasana. If you would like to extend your left leg to straight, you are welcome to do that. So legs stay about hips distance apart here. You're still pressing down into your sit bones. As you root into those sit bones, you're lifting tall through the sides of your waist. Let's release the arms by the sides. Inhale. Reach out and up. Good. And then just again, spin your palms to face out. Exhale. Press the air away. 2 more times like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. All right, good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, release down. And then this time we're going to inhale. We're going to hold our crescent pose. Arms are really active. Really firm the muscle towards the bone. If you're tighter in your shoulders, you're going to keep your arms about shoulder distance apart. If it's available in your body, maybe you press palms together, bring them closer. Maybe you gaze up, think cobra pose in your upper body. And then, so just for fun here, fun, she says, you always know something not fun is coming when a yoga teacher says just for fun. All right, so really stretch out, feel your lower belly pull in and up, and then maybe you fold forward a little bit. So we're getting into our core. And if this just isn't enough fun, reach the arms forward, and it should be starting to feel pretty fun. Good. Inhale, peel your chest back up. Lovely. As you exhale, take the arms wide. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, twist to the right. Take a nice deep inhale. And then you're going to release your hands down. This left hand especially could go a lot of different places. It might be on that left thigh. If twisting is a little easier in your body, perhaps it comes to the outside of the right thigh. Kind of pressing back with both hands. That's helping you to find some cobra pose in your upper body. And you're feeling those left ribs just gently move to the right. They might not go far. As long as you're feeling something, you're doing it. And we're still trying to keep our spine nice and long here. We're trying to fill up on the inhale, which is a little challenging when we're constricting everything like this. Let's take one more deep inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna unwind, and then we're gonna take a little forward fold. And again, blocks can be really nice if you have them. If you have a chair or a table in front of you, hands could also come there. And you hinge forward as far as feels good. You could also be resting with hands on thighs. So we're all gonna be at different places. This can be a pretty intense hamstring stretch in that left leg. You could always bend the knee a little bit if it feels too intense. Nice inhale through your nose, nice exhale through your nose. All right, so from here, as you inhale, you can roll on up. If you wanted to do a little core again, maybe you stretch the arms forward and peel your chest up. Beautiful. Exhale, release those arms down. Nice. If that left leg is extended, go ahead. Bend that knee, and we'll come into the second side, which can look different than the other side. So sitting in your Tadasana, if you want to extend that right leg to straight, you're welcome to do so. You're just making sure that your legs are about hips distance apart. You're rooting down into your sit bones. Good, arms released by your sides, little external rotation at the shoulder head. Good, inhale. Reach out and up. And then thumbs face forward, palms face out. Exhale. Press the air down. It's like you're giving yourself a little resistance. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we inhale. Reach up. So finding your crescent pose. And again, arms might be shoulders distance apart or wider, especially if you're tighter in the shoulders. Some of us might be moving the palms closer towards each other, perhaps even pressing them together. You might be bringing your gaze up. Feeling a little cobra pose in the upper body. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and exhale. Take the arms out wide. And the fun part, we start to hinge forward. This is almost like a warrior 3 idea. If this is just not fun enough, Arms stretch forward. You might even be kind of keying into that idea of the outer hips squeezing in towards each other, just to help you a little bit here. All right, we inhale. Peel our chest up. Ooh. Exhale, arms come out wide. I don't know about you, but mine are screaming. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you twist to the left. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, hands release down. So left hand grabs that piece of chair behind you. Right hand, again, it might be on your right thigh. It might be somewhere on your left thigh. It might come to the outside of that leg. You're just getting out a little leverage. So leg and hand pressing equally against each other. Shoulder heads pressed back. Lengthen the spine. And just really see what's in front of you. Notice. Try to breathe into all of the places on your inhale. As you exhale and empty out, maybe it feels like you can twist in a micromillimeter more, even if it's a thought, it counts. Good. Deep inhale. As you exhale, you unwind, and we take our forward fold here. So hands can be on your thighs, they can be on a table, a wall in front of you, maybe blocks if you're a little more flexible. If there is a lot of intense sensation in that right hamstring, you're just going to take a little bend in your knee. Getting curious about how this side feels different in your body, if it feels different. All right, so you can roll on up here into your crescent pose, but if you're feeling fun, stretch the arms forward. Oh, feel those outer hips squeeze in, using a little core strength here to rise up. Nice. As you exhale, release the arms down. Find your Tadasana. Little mini check-in here, just noticing how you feel. So we're going to move towards our downward facing dog with your, so you can use a piece of wall in front of you. You can use a table, a desk. If you have an extra chair, you could grab that. So just get set up here. And with your chair, it doesn't really matter kind of what direction it's going. You could have the seat facing towards you. I actually like to have the back of the chair up, so you kind of have a couple different levels that you can work with and that can feel nice. Just want to make sure that if you're working with the chair and it is on a surface where it could slide away, just be careful with that. You might kind of have to adjust things here. All right. So finding your nice Tadasana, your home base, rooting into your sit bones, your knees are over your ankles, shoulders are landing over those sit bones. And release your arms down. Inhale, find that external rotation. So arms just slightly wider than shoulders distance apart, and then press your palms to face forward. So already finding this work in our arms here. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, keep lots of length. through the sides of your waist. And you might have to kind of push that chair forward. And then press down, spread the fingers. Your ears come in line with your biceps, so that inner arm. You're just kind of gazing down, maybe an inch or two in front of your feet. Firming down into your hands, this activates this action of your inner arm wrapping towards your outer arm. And then just, again, think anchoring into those sit bones. So rooting there, that might help you to feel like you can extend through the sides of your waist a little more. Breath smooth and steady. And then to rise up, let's bring one hand to your thigh, then the other. Inhale, come to a nice tall seat. Might get a little head rush coming out of that. So downward dog is definitely the forward fold, the form of an inversion. All right, so let's do that again. So arms release down. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Spin the palms to face forward. So before you even come into the full expression of the pose, you're feeling that activation in your arms. Hold on to that as you start to hinge forward. Good, and then palms press down. You're pressing evenly into your knuckles. Can you feel those shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other on your back? Gaze soft and gentle, just slightly in front of your feet. So the back of the neck is nice and long. All right, so bring the opposite hand to your thigh. And then come on up. Good, so let's do a little down dog with a twist. I'm gonna give you a couple of variations with this. So we're gonna just attack it the same as we have been. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Good, as you spin the palms to face forward, find that activation in the arms. Exhale, lengthen forward. All right, so you're gonna scoot your right arm, your right palm to the left. So it's almost like it's kind of in front of your nose if you're looking forward. From here, you might take your left hand to your right ankle and then start to wrap your right ribs to the left. You also just might take that left hand to your left hip and do that same action. Nice. A little twisted dog. Shoulder heads, especially this left shoulder head, leaning back a little bit. You should be getting some nice sensation through this left side of your side body, lower back area. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, unwind, reach left hand forward. Just take a couple breaths in your downward dog. And then you're gonna center that left hand. So you're bringing left hand off to the right a little bit. And again, here, your right hand might come to your left ankle or thigh, and then you can twist. You could also take that left hand to your outer left hip. I actually think that feels a little better in this configuration. It feels like I can get a little more extension and stretch and twist. But you can play with both variations and see what feels good in your body. Good deep inhale. As you exhale, unwind your torso, Extend right hand. Couple breaths here, downward dog. So arms super, super active. Hand to one thigh, then the other. Roll on up here. Good, couple of breaths. So again, you might, yeah, that was a long, long hold in that dog. Might get a little head rush coming up. So let's just do another twist with our chair here. So again, we'll have a few different variations. So you can kind of, choose your own adventure, your own twisting adventure. So you can stay exactly as you are with your legs. If you would like to extend your left leg to straight, you're welcome to do that. You might take your left leg on your chair. And then from here, the final place you might go is to take your right leg to straight. All right, so let's release the arms by our sides. Let's inhale, stretch the arms up. And then exhale, you're gonna just hinge forward, and you might just have hands on thighs. You might be taking your hands on your chair. You could even straighten those arms out if you want. You might even have your hands on the seat of the chair here. So lots of different places where you could be. You kind of use what you have in front of you to help you find that. Again, this is a really, really big hamstring stretch. You're probably going to be feeling a very intense stretch in this left hamstring. Little bend in the knee. Take some of that work out. All right, so let's inhale, lengthen forward. So we're going to come into a version of our twisting triangle, which is a big doozy of a pose. So you might take your right hand on top of your chair again. You might actually grab the outer edge of your left foot if it's up on the chair. You could do that. Otherwise, you could also just have your right hand on your right hip. So lots of different places where you can be with this pose. Let's all start by taking our left hand to our left hip. And then you start to wrap those right ribs up towards the ceiling, thinking this is definitely a big twist. So you're feeling those shoulder heads try to press back. Little cobra pose in the upper body. These look fantastic. Maybe you extend your left fingertips back. So your shoulders are stacking on top of each other here. Try to fill up on the inhale. It's so challenging in these big twists. Good, one more deep inhale. Exhale, unwind, and then hands come to hips. Inhale, press into your sit bones to roll on up. Nice, and then we just make our way out the way we came in. So if that right leg is extended, bend the knee. If your left foot is on the chair, just release it down. And maybe notice how this left hamstring is feeling here. So as we move into the second side, again, it's absolutely fine if this side looks a little different than the first side. So option one, just stay here with both knees bent. Option two, maybe you extend your right leg to straight. Perhaps you can put it on that table or that chair in front of you. And then finally, maybe you extend your left leg to straight. All right, so let's inhale, reach up here. So just coming into our pyramid pose first. Again, a big hamstring stretch as you exhale. You hinge forward, hands can be on your chair. They could be on your thighs, especially if the hamstring is tight, that right hamstring. Stay up a little bit. That's going to take some of the work out. And again, you can always bend your right knee a bit if you need to. You're breathing here, really bringing your attention to that breath. So Parsvatanasana. How does this side feel different? Is it your tight side, your easy side? Is it about the same? All right, and then we're going to find our twist here. So again, you might just have your left hand on that left hip, somewhere on that left shin. You might be able to kind of grab the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand. We're all going to take our right hand to our right hip, squeeze that elbow in, and then start to wrap left ribs to the right. Absolutely fine to stay here like this. If you wanted to, reach those right fingertips back. Those shoulder blades are stacking on top of each other. It's like you have wings here. You might be gazing towards that right thumb. You're not doing that at the expense of your neck, though. If it doesn't feel good to do it, don't. Feeling those shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. Your exhale helps you to empty out, twist in just a hair more. Good. As you exhale, unwind. Good. And then you can roll on up here. Nice work. So just making your way back to your mountain pose Tadasana. And let's just do a few rounds of our box breath here. So our 4-part breath, we're gonna inhale to 6, hold 6, exhale 6, and then hold 6. And we'll do that a few times. So find a nice tall seat, allow your eyelids to close. And take a nice deep inhale. Full complete exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep inhale. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. So from here, we move into some form of Shavasana. Probably just gonna stay exactly where you're at, but it's gonna feel a little different. You're inviting in this sense of relaxation, of surrendering. You're inviting in this sense of quiet and calm. So we're just creating a little space for some relaxation, for a transition as we move towards the rest of the day ahead. If you want, you are welcome to use that chair or table in front of you. You can fold forward, so it'll be more like a calming, quieting child's pose. You're always welcome to come onto the floor into Shavasana pose if that's available. And we'll just be here for a few moments. Again, ending class as we started with a little stillness. Perhaps it tastes even sweeter here. Shavasana. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityor ma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a deeper inhale. You can sigh the breath out. Start to bring your awareness back to your body. Start to bring some gentle movement back to your body. And circling ankles, wrists, stretching out. You'll eventually just land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. So final check-in here, noticing how you're feeling differently than when we started, noticing what's shifted for you. Hopefully it feels like you're sitting with a greater sense of ease in your body. You're sitting a little taller with more space. Your breath is steadier, it's deeper, it's richer. And then as a result of body and breath working together, perhaps your headspace has shifted. You're feeling a little internal sunshine, feeling a little calmer, a little joy. Promise yourself you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day, week, weekend ahead. And finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today. Always so good to see all of you. Thank you.